Starting today, air travel across the country looks very different.
Yeah, the FAA is reducing the flights at 40 major airports across the country, a move blamed on the record government shutdown and the critical staffing shortages.
The ripple effect is already massive. Cancellations, delays, and packed terminals are leaving travelers scrambling to get where they need to go.
Yeah, tonight we have live team coverage. Our Lucie Ortiz is over at the live desk tracking the delays from coast to coast.
But first, CBS 12 News reporter Al Peffley, who is live at Fort Lauderdale-Hollywood International, which is one of the major airports seeing flight cuts. Al?
Liz, according to FlightAware.com, the airport here in Fort Lauderdale has 19 canceled flights today and 117 delayed flights. Airline passengers say they're just trying to make
rectify something. This is really bad.
Tracy Brown, an airline passenger from New Jersey, is trying to get home after going on a cruise with family members to the Bahamas. She says her 3 p.m. flight on JetBlue was canceled, and now she hopes to fly out.
I just feel like they need to come to a conclusion with the stalemate that they can't work through. I think the government needs to try to do something.
Fort Lauderdale-Hollywood International Airport is one of 40 airports across the U.S. where the FAA is cutting air traffic by up to 10%, starting at a 4% reduction today. The Secretary of Transportation says the cuts are necessary to maintain safe air travel because of a shortage of air traffic controllers who've been working without pay for weeks due to the government shutdown.
The hope is that our airplane will be somewhat on time and get us to where we need to go, which is Westchester.
Jill Hess, a retired police officer and airline passenger from New York, is trying to fly home from Fort Lauderdale on JetBlue.
Inconvenience, yes. Irritation, no. I tend to go with the flow. I don't get upset about things I have no control over, and I have no control over this.
Some air travelers say the 10% reduction in air traffic is causing a big hassle for them. One airline passenger says his JetBlue flight from Fort Lauderdale to Newark today was canceled, and now he and his 2 kids, ages 7 and 9, are stuck in Fort Lauderdale until Saturday.
Just a big inconvenience for everyone. We all have plans, and we all like to stick to our plans, and this is just an inconvenience for all of us.
Do you think it's appropriate for the FAA to cancel 10% of the air traffic?
No, I believe that shouldn't happen at all.
Some airline passengers say the government shutdown needs to end.
There's no reason for the military, the federal police, the air traffic controllers not to be paid. They should not pay Congress, and maybe things would get done.
And the FAA says the air traffic reduction will be done gradually with the goal of achieving the full 10% reduction by next week. Live in Fort Lauderdale, Al Peffley, CBS 12 News.
Delays and uncertainty for many travelers today amid air traffic cuts at core airports. Our Lucie Ortiz joins us now as flight cancellations ramp up.
Yeah, that's right, Liz. Good evening. More than 4,000 flights traveling to, from, and within the United States have been delayed, and over 1,000 were canceled. All these new numbers as we take a live look here at the FlightAware website. Now, Reagan National tops the list of the most cancellations at this airport. The second is Chicago O'Hare, and the third is followed by Hartsfield-Jackson in Atlanta. The government shut down, putting the brakes on hundreds of flights today, clearly, and there are the FAA saying a heavy buildup of air traffic combined with pressure of long hours and missed paychecks is making the skies less safe.
I have more complaints from pilots about stress from air traffic controllers and more complaints about the lack of responsiveness from controllers.
And starting today, the FAA mandated a 4% cut in the number of flights at the nation's busiest airports, and that, as Al mentioned moments ago, will ramp up to a 10% cut in the coming days. Airlines, though, stepping up to help travelers out there. American, Delta, United, and Southwest, some of them taking to social media how they're offering free rebooking or refunds for canceled flights. Southwest will rebook automatically, but passengers can opt for a refund. Travel insurance coverage remains uncertain, especially for flights booked after the shutdown began. Back to you.
All right, Thanks, Lulie. Well, with the flight delays and the cancellations stacking up, well, some travelers might choose to hit the road instead of waiting at the airport. We are also keeping an eye on the roads tonight, and this is the scene over in Fort Pierce, and it looks like traffic is moving pretty smoothly this evening.